Blanket? How you doing?
Hey, well, aren't you a pocket full of firecrackers?
Yeah. So, hey, I was down at the speakeasy minding my own business when this really keen mook guy came over and was all trying to sell me some bootlegged hooch. And then I was all like, no, that's not what I'm into, man.
Well, it's absolutely fine, Danny News, but how's that bear-cat wife of yours?
Oh, she's fine. Oh, hey, did you hear? I just bought this jalopy yesterday. It's pretty keen, man.
Well, the new Model T in his lobby?
Yeah, that.
Oh, God, that thing is just a piece of net.
Yeah. Okay, keen. I'll see you later.
Alrighty, then.
And how?
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Oh. Imagine anime? Yes. Sozo ryoku ga kagi to narimasu. Hello and welcome to the second exciting episode of Imagine Anime, where I, your host, Kakuno, talk about and review anime. On today's episode, I will be reviewing Baccano. Oh, you wanted to know about my hat? Well, that's just my hat, and I thought it was kind of cool. It's also rather topical. I mean, because Baccano is a 1930s gangster anime, and I figure since I'm wearing a 1930s paperboy hat, and I'm telling you information about the series, it makes sense. Yeah? No? Well, let's just get on to the review.
It's guns! I love guns! Machine guns? That's even better! This'll be fun!
Alright, so normally in my reviews, I will start with the story and then move on to the characters and so on and so forth. But I kinda gotta change it up for this review, because Baccano's story and pretty much everything else revolves around its characters, and is kinda secondary to that. So to explain the plot to you, you really need to have a detailed description of the characters, or at least as detailed as I can reasonably give to you in the time that I allot myself. So there are kind of a lot of characters. It's a really big cast, like X-Men big. So I'm going to read off the list of all the important characters. So stay with me, I'm going to go through this pretty fast. You ready? Alright. Isaac and Miri Hart, a pair of thieves who go around stealing and in the process making people's lives better. Furo Percinezo, a main character ish New York gangster and capo of the prolific Martillo family. Maisa Aparo, an immortal alchemist that came over from Europe in the early 18th century. He's now a member of the Martillo family and mentor to Furo. Luck and the Gandor brothers, heads of the Gandor family. Zillard Quaid's an immortal trying to recreate the elixir of life by any means necessary. Ennis, a homunculus created by Zillard who gains her free will. Vino/Claire Stanfield, a brutal assassin and unofficial fourth Gandor brother. Rachel, a newspaper reporter for the Daily Days. She's on the flying pussyfoot and encounters Vino. Bad Russo, a man who enjoys killing people who don't think they would die. Lua Klein, Lad's girlfriend and a masochist. Chane Laforet, mute daughter of an immortal. Jacuzzi Splat, a bootlegger who cries a lot, but when times get tough, he becomes reliable. Niece Hollystone, Jacuzzi's girlfriend and a demolition expert who maybe likes bombs a little bit too much. Dallas Genoir, delinquent punk who gets in way over his head and goes missing. Eve Genoir, Dallas' sister who just wants to find him. Ceslar Meyer, a child immortal. Did you get all that? Good, because I'm never saying that again. Yeah, a lot of characters. But they are all surprisingly well developed for only getting 16 episodes to split between them, plus minor characters. Yeah, there are minor characters in this series. Just blows my mind. I'm gonna give this a 7 out of 7. Solid.
Still, Carol, depending upon which of these interesting characters you focus, the same incident will behave like the surface of the ocean. Changeless yet ever-changing. In other words, there may be but one event, but as many stories as there are people to tell them.
Alright, so if you thought Baccano's most complicated aspect was its characters, well then you'd be wrong. The story is so complicated. It's got 3 separate plot points that don't follow a chronological order and jump around in between them. It's like they were thinking, how can we make this more complicated? Let's have 3 plots. No, that's too easy. Let's have 3 plots, then don't tell them in order! Brilliant! You get a raise. And that's, I'm pretty sure, their thought process was. Not that it's bad, because they managed to put it together very, very well, so it all flows in a comprehensive narrative, but it's not the kind of series that you want to zone out or watch late at night. You gotta concentrate. But if you do, it's well worth it, because the story is very tight and very nice. I'm gonna give this a 7 out of 7 for story. Yeah, 2 7 out of 7s in the review already. This is a good anime.
Since you guys are dressed up as an orchestra, this has to be a performance tailor-made for me! An intimate event for my eyes only! For you to climb out of the roof just for little old me! It must be true love! I'll take it. I accept this love from you, young lady. But you have to accept my love, too. I love you! Now you die! What was that? Did that really happen? Oh yeah, that's it. That's the way, sister. This is embarrassing. I gotta kill her. I'm gonna kill you, baby! Whether you want to die or not! Yes! Yes! Is this happening? Really? My dear, you're really amazing!
Alright, so there's not a whole lot I can say about Baccano's animation, other than that it's very good. There's nothing really stand-outish about it. It's just very fluid, it's got nice character designs, it's crisp, there aren't really any hiccups. It's like the level of Gonzo animation when they have a budget. But it's not as good as like something, say FLCL or Fate Zero on the higher end. But it's definitely better than things like Naruto, because no taking shortcuts, no speed lines, no stuff like that. I guess I'm just gonna have to say that I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 7. It's good. Alright, the music for Baccano I don't really like as much as the other aspects. To me, it's the weakest part of the series. It's not bad, I just personally don't really like jazz. And I know it's kind of unfair for me to give it a lower score because of a personal dislike. I mean, that's why I have the personal category. I just don't think it sounds amazing. I can still rate it pretty high because it's very good in a technical sense. It just really doesn't intrigue me. The one thing I do have to comment though is the theme song. I really like the theme song. It not only has good music, but it's got one of the most creative things. As you know, Baccano has a lot of characters. So the theme song does us a favor by giving us the pictures of each major character, and then it freezes on them, and then it shows their names. Like so. But as I said, other than that, nothing really speaks to me. So I'm gonna give this a 4 out of 7. It's good if you like jazz, I'd rate it higher, but I personally don't. So on to the next.
All right, tell me something.
Stay back! Get away, you monster!
Old-timer, did you know that I'm Firo Prochinezo of the well-respected Martello family? Did ya?
Alright, so now I get to talk about the dub. And good God, I love this dub. They gave all of the characters accents, whether they be European accents for the alchemists, or whether they be New York accents for the gangsters. All of the voices just really work for the characters, and it's all very good. It's one of Funimation's best works in my opinion, and it's extremely imaginative. It sounds very nice, the lip sync is very good. This is one of the best draws for the series. Even if you don't normally watch dubs, you should still watch this as a dub. That is how good it is. I am going to rate this 7 out of 7 as well. Yeah, it's 3 7 out of 7 for this series. I really like
Don't you worry. If things get ugly, I'll use my trusty 100 guns.
But you don't have any guns.
How about that? But you know what? A grizzled old ranch hand asked me once. Know where a real cowboy keeps his gun? His heart.
Try not to die, okay? Bye.
I'm still not sure either of them is playing with the full deck.
Now, as you probably already know by what I've said and how I've rated this series, I really like Baccano. I mean, it's probably in my top 5. I like it so much, it's hard to find words to describe how much I like this series. It's, you know, what's the word I'm looking for?
It's freaking unbelievable!
Yes, that is it. That is how I would describe this series. Thank you, Dallas Genoir. One useful thing you've done. But yeah, it's just so imaginative, it's funny, it's action-packed. It's just all around such a good series. It's not good, it's amazing. It is one of the best series that I have ever seen. I'm not even kidding. For personal enjoyment, I give this a 7 out of 7. And there are very few series that I award this to. Also, there is one downside. But I'll tell you about that after this clip.
Your ticket, please.
Now, I did say that there was a downside to this, and this is not the series' fault at all. I'm gonna level with you. Baccano isn't the most popular series. It has had very little impact on the anime community, and I've seen it on very few people's, like, oh, this is my 100 best anime ever lists. Now, it's not exactly underground. Many anime reviewers have reviewed this series, and they also say this series is very underappreciated. And, I don't know, you may have heard of this series and you may be like, oh, I know this series, I have no idea what you're talking about. And that may be true, but it's had nowhere near the impact of something like even Gurren Lagann, which I will plan to review at some point. But because of this, I'm gonna give it an impact score of 2. And it pains me to give it that score because it does drop the score average a significant amount. But what you gonna do? Well, I'll tell you what you can do. You can go and watch it! Alright, now on to the final thoughts. Alright, as some final thoughts for this series, there isn't a lot that I can say that I haven't already said. This series is freaking amazing, and I wholeheartedly recommend go out and watch it, go out and buy it. Just get the word out that this series is good, because it's very good. I'm gonna give this score my first, and it's going to be one of the few that I do give this to. There may be others, but not very many. A 7 out of 7. Yup. Full points, even with its low impact. So yeah, Baccano. Watch it. Or else you'll be sleeping with the fishes.